welcome to yet another chat show on the Connect TV. Right now we have Ms. Prasiddhi Singh, who will be turning 11 years at the end of this month. Prasiddhi, as the name suggests, is already famous with all her environment-related and social service activities. Prasiddhi, to know more about you, please tell our viewers as to how you got into this, because this is the age in which you'll be playing in the fields and enjoying your life, playing with your other kids, etc. How you got into, what made you get into this social service aspects? Prasiddhi.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me on this platform. So I'm Prasiddhi. I am 10 years old and I will be turning 11 very soon. So I have planted 1 lakh trees, 1,10,000 trees in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
And across India and other states as well, such as Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. And I am on a mission to protect our planet, to heal our earth. I'm Prime Minister National Child Body. I'm the founder of Prasiddhi Forest Foundation. I'm brand ambassador for Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, appointed by Tamil Nadu government. I'm also the brand ambassador for Green Tamil Nadu Mission, appointed by the TN government. Okay. I'm Diana Award, which is the most prestigious award given across the globe for people under 18 for their humanitarian efforts or social action. I'm also Global Child Prodigy Awardee from Dubai, and I'm an Eco Hero Awardee from California, USA. So I started this journey of mine to plant trees. I've done tree plantation in more than 78 now it's actually 79 different locations.
Prasiddhi, please tell us how you got into it. What inspired you, and at what age?
Absolutely. So for me, I was coming to that. For me, somehow nature has been my biggest inspiration. And from always, admiring the rustling of leaves, the buzzing of bees, and the waves of seas has been something I really love to do. But in the year 2016, when I was 4 years old, Vada cyclone hit the shore of Tamil Nadu. Okay. And it was a drastic natural calamity. I mean, the damage that was caused by it, like natural calamities, was huge and devastating. And I said that I have to do something about it. So I started to participate in plantation drives because trees have always been like my friends. And the next day when I went, for walking, so I saw that all the trees had fallen down and I felt were uprooted. I felt I have to do something about it. So I started participating in multiple different tree plantation drives. And I gained experience. I learned about the pitting process, watering, weeding, how the transport is done, how the plantation is there, the germination, nursery creation, all these different processes. How do you understand which soil is appropriate, which soil is not appropriate? I connected with experts. I gained in-hand experience. And then at the age of 6 in the year 2018, so for 2 good years, I participated in regular community drives like a participant. I learned, I understood. And then at the age of 6...
Was somebody guiding you in this? How did you get this knowledge?
So somehow it all started that there was a regular community drive happening for restoration in our place. I live in Mahindra World City and it is a green place. It has a beautiful green cover. And then suddenly this massacre happened and then I said that I have to do something. So I saw that there were community drives happening. So I started participating in these community drives, that were very close to my locality. After doing that, then I said, I also want to do something myself. So then in the year 2018, when I was 6 years old, I launched Prasiddhi Forest Foundation and I took a milestone that I want to plant 100,000 trees, or I'll say 1 lakh trees by the end of the year 2022, which I achieved last year, and now there are other projects also.
No, but were your parents guiding you? How are you getting all these directions?
So, of course, parents are the backbone of everybody. And they did really support me. A very big thing that they did is that they never said no to whatever I want. They always said yes. For instance, I want to do something. And of course, they asked me, for instance, in 2018, when I said that I also want to plant 1 lakh trees. I just took that milestone. My parents did not say that you are so young, you cannot achieve it, you cannot do it. They did not demotivate me. They said, all right, you do it, but how will you do it? Where will you do it? What will you do? They never gave things to me in my, as in, they never were like, you cannot do it, or they just said that how, or told me the process of doing it. They just asked me questions and they encouraged me to come up with my own process. And so the learnings that I built, they helped me to create Prasiddhi Forest Foundation, because I felt that there is a need of a trustworthy organization in order to do something. And then I, gained knowledge. So I decided I'd do it in government schools to start off with, because over there students can take care and I can also spread awareness. Then I decided I'll plant native trees, because I saw that native trees like mango, coconut, they did not fall. They did, but those native trees did not get uprooted very easily.
Okay.
Whereas there were hybrid trees which got uprooted pretty easily because of the cyclone. So I realized that native trees will not only be helpful when it comes to, holding the soil, but they're also very helpful because all the birds, squirrels, monkeys who were running, flying, and jumping for shelter, they will also have a support system because they depend on these native trees. And I also decided that I want to plant fruit trees, because have you ever seen a bird or squirrel swiping their credit card in the grocery store for fruits?
Yeah.
No, right? That is because they cannot do that. They depend on fruit trees. So I decided that I wanted to do fruit plantations. And then I started to create Prasiddhi fruit forests in different government schools. Later, I expanded to doing it in with villagers, panchayats, farmers, with different corporates. And of course, my major now recently that I've been doing is with farmers and with schools, because I have been appointed as the child ambassador for Green Tamil Nadu mission. And so I have taken this mission that for the entire state. So right now we will be doing in 200 schools.
Okay.
We will go to each school and give one sapling to all the students. I will be giving one fruit sapling to all the students, which they can go plant in their homes and nurture it. And we will be doing it in government schools. I have already done with more than 5,000 students. And I am also planting one banyan tree, sometimes 5, 10, as per the space available in all these schools.
Prasiddhi,
this is how
fantastic achievement, so far, doing wonderful things. What the viewers would like to know, how did you start up? Which was the first school that you went and how was the response?
So this is indeed a very, I'll say, an interesting story, because I also want all the viewers, I want you also to imagine that a 6-year-old girl going to different principals, going to different people and asking them, I want to plant trees. I want to plant trees on your land. And that too, I want to plant native fruit trees. So you can expect their first reaction to be no, because probably in a better way, not directly. But then, of course, that is something very, I'll say, very natural, because why will you give the land to a 6-year-old girl, that to plant trees, that to plant native fruit trees? And that was there. But when I convinced, a lot of people did not understand, a lot of people did not even agree. But a few people, I convinced them, a few principals, that I explained them about my cause. And that is how I started. So there was one government school where I started with the plantation of just 500 saplings, just 500
that's a huge
saplings.
number. 500 is a huge number. How did they give you that kind of a space? And first of all, even I would like to go and meet a principal. I have to take appointment. I have to go through huge, kind of channels. I'm finding it problematic in meeting principals here in Navi Mumbai city. That's what I want to take some guidance from you, Prasiddhi, as to How you manage to meet these principles?
So these government school principals, you see, after the school hours, I go to these government school principals and then I connect with them. I have to obviously fix it. So when in my first forest, funds was a very big problem because to
Yes.
procure even 500 saplings is a huge task. And of course, I started with procuring the saplings itself. So how I collected my funds is a story because I created these bookmarks of chart paper where I wrote eco quotes. I gave eco kits and seed pencils, and through this I raised funds. I went and campaigned about my project to several people in different events, in different campaigns, and then I raised funds for 500 saplings somehow, which was indeed a task. And after that, over there, I had to explain them. I had to tell about the cause. I explained what I wanted to do. They had enough space, especially the Prasiddhi Forest technique that I do is where we basically do it as per the land available and a number. So the land available, and then they tell or we decide that these many plants we want to plant. So what we do is that if there is a lot of space and the number is very less, we do it on larger gaps and we have a different variety of saplings. But if there is less space, we mostly plant fruit trees like guava, amla, jamun, or different plants, lemon, pomegranate. We plant these plants which can grow and we give only a gap of 2 feet or 2.5 feet. So
Okay.
this grows like a dense forest. And the best part is they compete to get the sunlight. So this becomes an entire fast growing dense forest ecosystem, as well as the soil also becomes better and more
So the trees
nutrient
compete.
full.
The trees compete for the sunlight, but don't they fight?
Yeah.
Don't they fight?
No, they don't fight. Of course, they don't fight. That is not in the nature of nature itself. They always believe in collaborating. That is something I have learned from nature. So this happened, and we came up with the solution. So 500 trees. The area was small, but then we started off. The first plantation was done. Then I did 2, 3 more. Then I realized that if I want to plant, 1 lakh trees, which is a very big number,
Yes.
I'll require 1 lakh saplings. And I was not in a situation that I could fund or I would be able to, even after efforts, procure 1 lakh saplings. So I said that I have to come up with a solution. And then I decided that in the middle, I was just thinking, how will I be able to get 1 lakh saplings? So then I just went back. I wrote down where the funds are going majorly. One was in the pitting, then the transportation, then bringing the saplings, planting the saplings, the people, the farmers, or I'll say the gardeners who support in this process, and of course the fencing, watering, and weeding. And the major portion was going in procuring the saplings. So I said, what if I created my own nursery? So I connected with a few like-minded students. I built my eco army and I went door to door to collect seeds, fruit seeds. I said that in the locality, I said that you give me, you eat fruits, so you give it next Saturday or Sunday next weekend, save the seeds, dry them, and give it to me. And that is how the journey started. Then I created a small community nursery where I grew these seeds into small shoots and into saplings, which were then planted in different places.
How
And
strong
then
is
I went.
how strong is your army, eco army? How many children?
So when I started, it was named as the Kids Army, and after that, even elders started to ask, "I'm not a kid, but can I join your army?" So then I ended up renaming it as the Eco Army, and now there are more than 60,000 plus people
Oh
because
my
I
God, 60,000.
yes, because I connected online during COVID. There was a huge stop for me, so I have given more than 600 plus awareness sessions and workshops online, especially connected with them. Then
All of them
I
in
have done.
Chennai? All of them in
Huh?
Chennai?
No, across 20 different countries.
Oh,
I have my own army through sessions, workshops. I connected with them through different programs and initiatives that I have. And then this is how it ended up becoming. So even if someone just planted one sapling at their home, or if they just contributed by a few seeds or connected with me, that also I consider as a contribution. And then this is how I built my entire eco army.
And how did
And
you
now I have
how did you get into the
nurseries.
mangroves?
Yes. So now I'll come to that, but now I have three nurseries. One is a community nursery, one is a school nursery, and the third is a proper farmer nursery that I have set up with, by empowering as well as funding the farmers and villagers and providing them with the right tools required. So all they have to do is nurture the saplings, and now my nursery has more than 30,000 saplings.
Okay. And how do you get this funding?
Of course. So I have to definitely, through my sessions, through my workshops, through collaborations. Now I also collaborate with different people who are willing to bring a difference. And then through that, I source for the funding.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about
And
mangrove. Sorry.
yes, so sure. So let's talk about mangroves now. So, mangrove plantation was a completely game changing avenue for me, or I'll say game changing pathway for me. Because when I saw the groundbreaking work that one mangrove itself can do, was just amazing. Because compared to a regular normal counterpart landlocked, that is a normal tree. If you compare that to mangroves, mangroves can store up to 10 times more carbon.
Yes.
They protect from storm surges, from different problems. And the second largest mangrove forest in the world, that is the Pichavaram forest, it protected the village nearby in the 2004 tsunami. Because of that Pichavaram mangrove forest, that village was safe. It did not get the impacts of the tsunami because it breaks the waves basically.
Yes.
Other than that, they also support biodiversity on a huge scale.
Yes.
They are also considered as an entire nature based economy because all the different, so they grow in estuaries where fresh and salty water mix. So the salty water which is there, which gets stick to the roots, through which different fishes, crabs, such animals come over there for their food. And through that, it also supports the livelihood of different people over there in a small way, but still in a huge way. It also supports to the economy because bees come. So different projects are there where this bee honey is utilized. Of course, not in a huge way because the nature also needs something. But in order for the economies to also survive, mangrove has played a huge role, and this has been protecting so many different coastlines. Like Sundarban has the world's largest mangrove forest.
Yeah.
So when I learned about all this, I said that I have to do something about mangrove forests because Tamil Nadu has coastline, and I should definitely utilize this. Which is when I decided I have to do mangrove forests. Then I connected with different people who were, because mostly the government has control of these creeks.
Yes.
So I had to talk to the district collector because I usually give monthly updates to our district collector. And other than that, the district forest officer, the DFO, then the block development officers,
Which
the forest
district?
ranger.
Which district is this? Chennai district only?
No, I live in Chengalpattu district. That is a district beside Chennai.
Which one? I couldn't get the word. Which district?
Chengalpattu.
Chengalpattu. Okay. Fine. All right.
Yes. Mangroves are also very good for birds. Lots of migratory birds
Yes.
stop on mangrove forests because they feel safe, because they have food sources over here. Because see, the fish come, the fish is then the entire food chain is also quite dependent on mangrove forests, as well as the economies, as well as the migratory birds. So planting them will never cause a problem. It will always come up with more solutions for environment as well as us humans. So as Homo sapiens. So this is the entire process, and we speak of place available. The creeks are there. You need to find place. There are different methods also which are used, like the fish boat technique or the bedding technique. Mostly right now we are going with planting on the coast creeks itself. And yes, because in plantations also, which I do, there is not much space available, but you have to find it. There are places where there is so much place, you can plant so many trees. It is just to be found. So many places which have been left, like the soil is so good, still over time, it became nutrient less productive because it was left as a scrap land. So when I found it, cleaning it up, planting the trees, the same resonates for mangroves as well.
your message to the society as such, and children of your age, what is the message from you with your experience as to what can be done to preserve our mother nature?
So if we speak of preserving our mother nature, I somehow, especially for children, students like me, I feel that a very big potential, a very big power we have is our bond with nature. Because nature has always amazed all of us. If I ask anyone, if I even ask you, all the viewers who are there, that what was the first drawing you ever made, you will tell it was a mountain, it was a flower, it was a bird, it was a tree. Because we have been in nature, we have come from nature, we are nature. So all we have to do is, first step is to maintain our relationship with nature, to build that bond. Once we start to have that affection, we will automatically start to understand nature's problems, start to understand the entire cycle which is there. For instance, for me, I always felt that all of us, we might feel that Antarctica is distant, Antarctica is far, but then the permafrost or the ice which is melting over there is connected to us because it gets rerouted to the coastlines and the sea level rise, which comes to our lands, which causes soil problems, health problems. But it all starts with us throwing one piece of throwing plastic bottles into the ocean, into the seas. So we just have to control on these small steps. We might think that huge transitions are required, but these big transitions which are required are rerouted to each one of us. So if we become mindful about our steps, our individual steps towards the environment, towards the planet, it will be very helpful. And other than that, there is this secret mantra that I have, which has personally supported me, which I often share with a lot of people. That is IAM or I am. That is introspect, act, and mobilize. So introspect yourself before you buy something, ask yourself whether this is the greenest option, whether it is the best, which will not affect nature as much as other products might, and ask others too about their green choices. The second is take action. So take action by planting trees, conserving water, by having an optimistic use of natural resources, reusing, reducing, recycling. And the third step is mobilize, because it is not just sufficient that we are building a difference, everyone needs to make a difference. In my journey, also, I went connected with so many people, with different schools and villagers, farmers across 20 countries through online workshops and sessions. Because only when we connect and share this one cause with everybody can we mobilize and amplify our impacts. That is something which is very important, and this is something I suggest everybody should do. And other than that, there is a message that do not demotivate yourself thinking that you're just 10 years old, you're just very small, you don't have the potential. What impact can one tree or one plant make against a huge climate crisis? Because I was also mistaken by so many people, I'm still mistaken by so many people every day, just thinking because I'm young I cannot make a difference. But we should remember the power of a small 4 millimeter seed, which has the potential to grow into a 400 feet tall tree. We should look at bees, fungi, small microorganisms, planktons who might be small, but they are, relentlessly without asking for any recognition. In fact, we are even plundering their habitats. They are still working for our planet. And that is one shared motive we all should have, something we all should follow. And that is all I have to say.
In these days of blind urbanization, unmindful, unmindful of the nature, people have been industrializing, getting into massive industrialization, plus infrastructure development that is spoiling all the Himalayas, the trees, the forests, the sea coasts. We're eating into the mangroves. This kind of destructive atmosphere all around us, doesn't it disturb you?
Of course, it disturbs me because this disturbance was my trigger to do something for our planet. This disturbance, from this, I came up with different solutions.
Yeah.
So this is something that motivated me to start my journey. So one thing that I would also like to say is that when I face challenges every day, when everyone faces challenges, no matter we are doing it for nature, we are doing it for something else, we should always take it as opportunity for learning, because these problems which we are facing right now, our planet Earth is continuously warning us to do something, giving us signals to do
True.
something.
So right.
So we cannot wait until and unless this impact comes right to our home, right inside, say our building, inside our homes, whatever, wherever we are living. We need to understand that if it is happening in some part of the world, it will not take time. This problem will not take time to come to our homes as well.
Yes.
And this entire planet is our home. So we need to start working on it. We need to actually take these disturbances as warnings, as signals, and start our journey right away.
The wake up call. It's a wake
And
up call. It's a wake up call.
yes, it's a wake up call. As per the IPCC report of United Nations, they have said that they have given this code red, which means that if we don't take action, our planet, and the entire humanity might come to extinction. So I actually feel that nature is ready to evolve. Are we humans ready to change?
Yeah.
Because nature will evolve. Nature has its own power of coming back. But we humans, are we ready to change? Because the impacts will come to us, especially.
There's a
So this is
good message from you, Prasiddhi. In fact, what's happening today, what I have been observing is is totally different. If you see a different camera scenario, I invest, A, amplify, M, keep making on profits, more profits. So I think we need to reverse that trend and get into your kind of I am. Introspect, act, and
mobilize.
Great. So, super, Prasiddhi. Nice talking to you. Thank you very much, and keep doing your good work. All our best wishes, well wishes with you. We'll also, from our Nat Connect Foundation, whatever little we can do, we'll keep supporting you. I'll get all your coordinates. Right? Let's do work. Unless as they say, "Jyot se jyot jalate chalo." So we need to, supplement and complement each other's efforts. Thank you very much, and keep doing good work. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Okay.